Greetings. Welcome aboard the USS Shadowstar, our flagship, for this Star Trek Online stats review. I apologize if you're here for the visual review. I request that you check out the description below, where, should it be completed, you will find transponder coordinates to allow you to transport to the correct location. However, if you are here for the stats, well, welcome to a slightly more complicated video than normal. You see, today we will be discussing a ship that, because of its initial lineage and its position within the Star Trek Online universe, it now has a bit of a crossover, and thus it seems worthwhile comparing it, at the same time as doing its review, to its older counterpart. As you can guess, this will be a bit more complicated. I will try to fill you in with all the information possible so you guys can make the choice between which of the two you actually prefer. We will also fill you in on the bundle information when it comes to it. With this being said, guys, allow me to give a huge thank you just before we begin to our donators Negus, Dante Demonic and Skyhawkings, the channel's Patreons, Tribal Typhoon, TravisGames, Dark Stars Order, and Cross-Eyed Deplorable, Skyhawkings as well there. Sky, you're in multiple places. Speaking of multiple places, Twitch subscribers, Fox Plays Games, Tribal Typhoon, hello again, and another shout out, double here for Miss Future Teach, not only for being a Twitch subscriber, but her recent 10 subscriber gift, which she's given to multiple viewers of our Twitch channel. Guys, without your support, this video wouldn't be possible. And anyone, if you wish to join in with these guys and get credited and shouted out like this, well, that'll be mentioned how to do so at the end of the video. Without further ado, please grab your preference in beverage from the replicators, get comfortable, and allow me to introduce you to the Clarke class multi-mission command cruiser. But a quick thing I need to throw in and say here that you're probably seeing already. Well, let's just put it this way. When I do the visual review of this ship, it's kitbash heaven. But yeah, I'm going to put that out right now. We are looking at kitbash heaven. You have got all of the other light cruiser variants available. Why? Well, my word, that looks so weird. Let me put it this way. Cryptic and STO saw fit that, seeing as the Morowski class, what the Clarke class is the tier 6 version of, this bad boy, which is the tier 1 for Discovery Captain, well, they saw fit to make sure that this ship was in line with the rest of the tier 1s for other Federation captains. Part of the light cruiser line, just with slightly different stats. And thusly, when we get into the stats part, I will make sure to give you the comparative differences, as well as also to show you customization that may have happened to the Reliant class, tier 6 Reliant, this bad boy, when we get the chance. But all I wanted to state right now for you guys, so you can see it, as a result of this being part now of the light cruiser line, you have the Centaur, the Miranda, the Shakir, the Morowski, the Clarke, the Reliant, the Saratoga, and the Soyuz, the fleet variant, to adaptively change up the parts and give yourself a different looking ship. Like I said, kitbash heaven. We also have access to the Defiant, the Fleet's, the Fleet's new Discovery era types, which I'm not gonna lie, look absolutely amazing. The NX refit, Intrepid, Galaxy, Sovereign refit, Type 0 if you want to have some fun with that one. Not gonna lie, Type 5 looks absolutely gorgeous on this ship. Type 7A's, it's natural. Type 7 still looks really good on this ship. It's absolutely fun what you can do with this ship. If there's things that you're not too keen on, trust me, thanks to just how much you can kit bash this ship, there's probably something you can adaptively change it out with to give yourself a ship that you like a little bit more. On this note, let's go to stats, which you guys may notice is going to be a little bit different from normal. So, a little side note, please ignore the mess of the build. Okay, so quick additional note for you guys. This is my Fleet Advanced Light Cruiser. So the Light Cruiser range, your Tier 1 Miranda, Tier 6 Reliant, or Fleet Tier 6. And we have the Moowski and the Clarke additions to it. Well. Makes it even more important now that we compare both stats. Why? Well, for this fundamental drop for you guys. Very important. They are two different ships. One excels more in one area, the other excels more in a different area. Which means, now it comes down to the question, would you prefer the Clarke multi-mission command ship or the Reliant Advanced Light Cruiser? Well, let's see. Okay, so before diving into the stats, there's a little bit of information I need to give you first of all. Now, bearing in mind that right now, the Reliant Advanced Light Cruiser is being sold at its full price of 3,000 Zen. There's no sale on that ship at the moment. At present, the Clarke Multi-Mission Command Cruiser and the Grissom Light Science Vessel, released together today, are on a sale for the next 6 days at 20% off, making them 2,400 Zen when their normal price is 3,000 Zen, as an atypical Tier 6 ship is. However, they are both the Grissom and the Clarke are part of the new Genesis bundle. Now, this bundle itself will provide you with the Moowski class and the Oberth class in their Tier 6 variants as well. Sorry. This bundle will provide you with the Moowski class and the Oberth classes Tier 6 variants, not both the Tier 1 and Tier 6, just the Tier 6 variants. It will also give you the new Genesis ground vanity device. You'll get the outfit box giving you the Wrath of Khan's Captain's Vest, Engineer's Vest, and Excursion Vest. All of them 200 Lobi each, by the way. The Type 2 phaser compression pistol, and 2 experimental Starship upgrades tokens, and 2 fleet module tokens. Can I please note now to this that, well, considering that you get all that for 7,500 Zen at full price, that's actually a relatively good deal, because it's at least costs. Everything you're getting here is going to at least double that, I think, at the bare minimum. So that's something nice to note. But it is currently on sale, so you can get the new Genesis bundle within the next 6 days at 35% off, making them 4,875 Zen. Basically a steal with this at this point when it comes to Cryptic. I mean, what Cryptic feeling alright? Okay, nudging aside, I do approve of this change, and I hope they keep this kind of thing up for the future. With this being said, guys, towards the stats, and there is a lot going on with the stats, so please bear with me as we do that. Now, it's always awkward when you can't quite find the Wikipedia you need for the ship you're talking about. So, I'm sorry, but we're going to be starting off by talking about this from the actual Cryptic page. But we will have on screen for you, there we go, the Reliant variations, so we can do a direct comparison why we're talking about this. Now, first things first to note, and it is kind of crucial that I mention this, the Clarke can be thought about as the defensive variant. It is the shield of Starfleet, and the Reliant is the sword. Think of it that way. And this is how you're going to see the sort of stats variate out. Now we'll go straight through the Clarks first, then I'll compare Clarke to Reliant, then take a look at both their fleet stats, then we'll talk about exactly what this means for the ship. Okay? So here we go. The Clarke class is a Tier 6 Federation and Federation Allied faction ship. Once you've completed a tutorial, you are welcome to fly these beauties. Her hull modifier is the impressive 1.25 with a shield modifier of 1.1. With 4 forward and 4 after weapons, 4 device slots. Her bridge officers, come back to that in a second. Her base turn rate is 9.5 with an impulse modifier of 0.16, inertia rating of 35. Her weapons bonus power is 5, shield bonus power 5, and auxiliary bonus power 10. She can equip dual cannons and has a hangar bay, though STO Mr. B, we'll get into that later. As a command vessel, she has the inspirational abilities of Turn the Tide, Against the Odds, and Battle Preparations, as well as the cruiser command array of weapon system efficiency and shield frequency modulation. Her Starship Mastery package is Cruiser. Admiralty stats: Engineering 50, Science 30, Tactical 28. Why is this important? We'll see. Going up, we'll go back up to her consoles. Consoles are 3 Tactical, 4 Engineering, 3 Science. Her bridge officer stations are interesting, with a Lieutenant Tactical, Ensign Engineering, a Commander Engineering with Command Specialization, Lieutenant Commander Science, and a Lieutenant Commander Universal. Intriguing, no? With direct comparison being, the Reliant is 1.15 for the hull modifier, making her slightly lower in defense. Their shield modifiers are the same. The Reliant has a higher turn rate of 11 versus the Clarke's 9.5. The Reliant's impulse modifier is 0.17, whereas the Clarke is 0.16. And the inertia rating of the Reliant is 40 versus the Clarke's 35. Their bonus power settings, where the Reliant has +5 to all power settings, the Clarke has +10 to auxiliary and no bonus power to the engines. Both of them can equip dual cannons. Both of them have 3 tactical consoles, 3 engineering, and 3 science. Both of them utilize similar bridge officer positions. However, where we have the Lieutenant Tactical on the Clarke, we have a Lieutenant Science on the Reliant. Lieutenant Commander Tactical on the Reliant, Lieutenant Commander Science on the Clarke. As you can see, like I said, these have been variated out to essentially make the Clarke the shield and the Reliant is the sword. Again, specializations differences as well. The Reliant does not have a specialization on the commander seat, where the Clarke has a Commander Engineering command seating, which could be its DPS comeback, to be honest. The Reliant specialization is on the Universal seat and is the Lieutenant Commander Universal with pilot specialization. Unfortunately, that's kind of a downgrade in my personal opinion. I do strongly believe that the Clarke does have distinct advantages. First of all, with the commander seating being the one with the specialization. Second of all, with the higher defense. And if you X upgrade, you can get better offensive power from it by having a 4th tactical slot. But this will expand a little bit further for you in a second. We'll speak about the fleet variants. Now, the fleet Clarke on Morawski has 1.375 for its whole modifier, whereas the fleet Reliant is 1.265. Again, sitting what you'd expect. The shield modifiers are the same, with them having a shield modifier of 1.21. Now, the big spot where they differ here, outside of consoles and traits, is, ironically, the consoles. The Clarke has 3 tactical consoles, 4 engineering and 4 science on its fleet variant, whereas the fleet Reliant has 4 tactical, 4 engineering and 3 science. Again, as you can see, the Reliant is more sword, the Clarke is more shield. These are distinctive points to keep your mind on and to think about going forwards when you want to pick this ship. But please, I haven't completely talked through this ship. If you want to know more about the Reliant, I have done a review of the Reliant that will be linked below. That will be where you can find out the console and traits there and what that ship can do. And my word, it's a masterpiece, especially in cannon builds. But now to the console and traits of this ship. Threw myself off a little bit there. I would go on to the consoles and traits, but first of all, just to summarise what this ship is capable of. So let's, like I said, she's the shield of Starfleet. Very fitting to her design in that as well, that she would be sort of the shield. She's eloquent in flow, decent maneuverability, slightly slower. It makes sense. I've just even noticed her mega phasers. Yay! So what are we looking at here? We're looking at a broadside masterpiece. She's got decent DPS potential. I say broadside masterpiece. She's above average in broadside potential. As far as DPS goes, the best thing about her is the fact that she can be a cannon build, which gives her great forward arcing potential, at least when it comes to cannon ship builds. I would still say the Reliant's going to make a better cannon build than she will, but I just want to say it is there, the option is there for her. Her hangar is going to give her some DPS potential as well as support potential. I did joke maybe throwing the shield drones in there just to give her some defense. On the subject of defense, thanks to her hull and shield modifier, she can take a lot of punishment. And thanks to her basically science ranking and where it goes, especially if you get the fleet variant, she can become a very good support vessel. Overall, she's a flexible ship, especially if you know what you're doing. DPS is a weak spot, but her tank and support are about on par with each other, and I do believe that we will see some great potential out of this ship in those 2 areas. Now then, so let's jump in, and we have, well, first thing to note, nothing special in the weapons, shields, impulse, warp, deflector, yeah, all that's just them bowl, and you know what, this hangar pet, yeah, goodbye, oh goodbye. You see, they missed a beat with that. I'm gonna be straight honest here. I know some of you are going to be thinking, yeah, but we've got essentially that anyway. But look at this, what we've got. We've got the Advanced Stalker Fighters, the Jem'Hadar Fighter Squadron, if you want that one. We've got the Romulan Scorpion Fighter Squadron, the Advanced Tactical Fire Squadron, the Tudouge Fighter Squadron. It's nice that we've got all of them, it really is. One question, where's our Peregrine Fighter Squadron? I mean, come on, these are the longest standing fighters that we've seen. There were fighter squadrons all throughout DS9, come on. Give us the Peregrine Fighter Squadron, we need it. Or Type 10 shuttles, I don't care really. Reinforced shield repairs. I can't believe it was. Oh my god, just for like the Siphon drones. That could be so dangerous in certain builds. Well, on those notes, 2 of the things I'm actually questioning First of all, the console. Genesis Seed, which gives you plus 28.5 to radiation damage for your radiation builds, quite good. And 28.5 plus 28.5 to your Starship Drain expertise. Oh good, I like this. So what does it do when you activate it? Creates a Genesis planetoid. Drain and damage nearby enemies, then explodes. Targetable within the arc of 135 degrees. Creates a Genesis Seed, 5 kilometers straight forward though. So no matter what, it's 5 kilometers straight forward of you when you're targeting these guys. Just keep that in mind. Or at least I do believe it. I will test in a bit. And up to 10 foes within 5 kilometers, where I get the 5 from. Up to 10 foes within 5 kilometers of the Genesis Seed will receive up to 1,426 radiation damage per second, ignoring shields and increasing each second. Minus 3.1 to all subsystem energy for 5 seconds, and gain plus 1 seed energy per second per foe. Holy moly. After 30 seconds or at 120 seed energy is reached, 2 foes within 10 kilometers, oh boy, up to 27,165.1 kinetic damage with a 50% shield penetration, scaling with the seed's energy, and up to plus 228.6 repel, again scaling on seed energy, disabling for 2.1 seconds. 2-minute recharge time. Quite the effective little weapon to build up over time. Could be effective when used in combination with certain other abilities. I say could be because there's never really a guarantee on this one. Same factor though. Let's talk about the trait. Trait is something that I really like. This is my kind of trait through and through. Why? Because it's the support player's beneficiary. And it's kind of, you know that meta of the ox to bat? Oh, emergency to ox. Sorry now. Oh no. So, when activating emergency to ox or command bridge officer ability, okay, so when I was initially talking about this, I'd misread that. I thought that was like activating the ox to bat. In which case, that would make it really good along with that ability. Sorry, the meta for bringing down your bridge officer cooldown time. A good combination. But actually, it's not. It's a different ability. / commander abilities. On that note, that means it doesn't really help the ox to bat meta. And as a result, it's still a really good ability. Don't get me wrong, it's still a really good ability and definitely one I would advise to support players like myself. But it affects your build a bit. I mean, generally speaking, anyone going for a good DPS is going to like the command anyway, so it's not overly bad. I would happily throw a command ability on just to trigger this. 2 self and up to 10 allies within 5 kilometers of yourself, much like the Genesis Seed, for 10 seconds, plus 2 to 20 all power levels based on the number of targets. Restores 0.3% to 3% of your maximum hull and maximum shield each second. And again, that is based on the number of targets. This could be really strong, really effective, so keep that in mind, because I feel like this could be one of those traits where if you're good at flying in a formation, which support players try to do. I know DPSs and tanks tend to be... Well, no, they don't, because they like to stay to their formation, but at the same time, not as much. For a support player that knows how to fly in formation well with a good group, this could be a really good trait to use. Let's put it that way. So, fundamental scoring. Console, I'll give you a score 2. Console, you're relatively good in my opinion. I'll give you 7 out of 10. Trait, for support players, you're absolutely brilliant. You'd easily get 8 out of 10 there, 9 out of 10. But your problem is you're not 100% useful for everyone, and thus you're only getting 6 out of 10. You're really good in potential, you're just... Yeah, that's my fairness to you. Support players, it's 9 out of 10, but in general, 6 out of 10. On that being noted, I'm sure I should take this ship into action. I don't know how I'm suddenly inside that wall. Is the station actually rotating? If it is, it's doing it very slowly, because I didn't know I moved forwards. But with this being said, guys, it's time to take the ship into action. So I hope you don't mind while I swap over. And I'll see you. So, welcome to the ISS Sunin. We're going to have some fun today. Drop that power, we're just going to... Sorry, I'm not doing balanced power settings anymore, because I do have people complain about it. What I am going to do, though, is launch my little friends. Someone else gave me the idea to use these. I'm going to use these. We're going to go play with our little friends. Hoo-da! Hoo-da! And this should be fun. I'll wipe them all out nice and quick. Here we go. Holy moly. Well, that was a little bit quicker than I was expecting. Gemini heavy escort. Come on, guys. This ship isn't even at its full power. This is technically the defensive one. Yeah, I mean, yes, I have X upgraded the fleet variant, so we are seeing more firepower out of this ship than we would normally, but damn! And look at my defenses holding. They've not been touched. They have yet to be properly touched. Seriously. I'm gonna lie. There we go. My defense has actually been damaged now. And only because I'm kind of playing around with him. Whee! Bye bye now. Okay. Now, I need to test the main weapon out, so we're going to just take all those off. And let's fire the Genesis Seed in while we can. Recall those. I strongly don't advise shooting at them. Okay, maybe they want to. Okay, fine. You know what? Yeah, look at that. It fires straight forwards. Even though it was targeting the Hideki over there, it fires straight forwards. Pay attention to what it's doing to them. Yeah, 5 kilometers is quite a big range. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Come on, I'm just waiting to see this happen. Oh! All too easy with a Genesis Seed. Damn, that is a really good weapon. Combine that in with something like Gravitational Well, which I admittedly did have that I could have used. That would have probably destroyed them. That would have probably one-shot them. I mean, admittedly, they're just escorts, so not very powerful, but still, respect to where respect is due, okay? Damn, okay, final thoughts on this ship. As much as I've been calling this the shield of Starfleet, she's definitely a very sharp shield. She's got dangerous potential. I mean, I was holding her back. I'm definitely holding her back, which means she can do a lot more than I was able to show you then. Guys, I'm gonna be blunt. I would probably pick her. out of her and the Reliant, I'd probably pick her. She is a really nice looking ship too. So let's be fair on that one. Damn. And on these notes and depicts, let's break it down. So, first of all, I said DPS would be her weakest area. I'm kind of feeling stupid for saying that right now. I mean, you can get DPS potential out of her. Certainly a better player than me will get more DPS potential out of her than I could. She's more of a tank, we'll give her that. Definitely a good support ship. So DPS scoring wise, well, side DPS, because of her fleet setup and also a natural and the X upgrading. As far as side DPS goes, I'll be nice and give her 8 out of 10. She has got good side DPS potential. As far as tactical DPS goes, free tactical is not weak, and as much as the Reliant has an advantage over her, definitely, I don't feel like it's overly fair to judge this ship too badly. The hangar does somewhat make up for it, and with the right build, you can bring that turn rate up. I mean, that's what all I've done is I've just used setups that boost up my speed and turn rate, so I've got that back for me if I want to use a cannon build, even though I used a beam build in this situation. It just felt right using discovery weapons. So tactical DPS, I'll give her some credit, and we'll actually say, I'm going to say 7 out of 10 being nice. Probably more of a 6 out of 10, but 7 out of 10. Now, support-wise, support in the whole, well, sorry, DPS on the whole, just a quick one, that's obviously 7.5 out of 10, since one was 8, one was 7, just want to say that. Support, I never break it down too much, because if you can do one part of support, you can generally do all the parts of support. So control, heal, drain, whatever it may be. As far as support goes, this is very focused on science. Her maneuverability is her weak point. She's a bit slow here. It's kind of not a good aspect for her. Is the area where you need it to be good for support, she's kind of weak. And her science, although it's 3 on the normal, 4 on the fleet, can be up to 4 or 5 therefore with X upgrading. Her hangar just gives her some advantage, and she does a +10 to auxiliary. I will say her support score comes in again at 8 out of 10. Her science bridge officer position is what sort of quenches it for her. She could have done better. But I'll give her 8 out of 10 support. So, as a tank, do I really need to say this? She's a 4-4 cruiser with decent maneuverability and speed. She's going to be able to generate a decent level of threat, and she has quite good shield and hull defenses. Quite frankly, she's a good tank. She's not the best tank, but she's a good tank. Good enough that I will, with her naturally 4 engineering, and that can be up to 5, I will give her 8.5 out of 10 as a tank in the grand scheme of it. So my final score for this ship is 8 out of 10. She seems a very across the board ship, doesn't she? All things considered. Frankly, the overall score of 8 out of 10 I think is about fitting for her. Would I recommend her to players? Well, she's a Zenstar ship. Now, I would recommend that you take a look at the stats of the Reliant and the Clarke together if you're only interested in getting the Clarke out of the new Genesis bundle. If you do want the full set, want the Oberth and the Clarke, then, well, try to get in within the next 6 days, but if you miss it, it's not a problem. You can buy the 2 ships independently if you wish, buy one at a time, it's up to you. I do still recommend this ship regardless. I do think she's a very good ship, good for most players. I'm not sure who I'd advise her to, because quite frankly, with her stats and the way she feels, she is relatively similar to other ships that we already have. There are possibly some better ones you can have, but for this price bracket, she's still a good ship. A very good ship, definitely one to fill out the space dock if you are looking just to fill it out. I like her. I'll give her the credit, I like her. So guys, this is where I wrap things up, and I say to you, please comment below what you think of her. Do you like her? Do you dislike her? Are you planning on getting her or not? Are you annoyed that she's part of this weird bundle, or are you happy? Personally, I think the bundle is quite cheap, at least while on sale. At full price, the 7,500 is a bit pricey in my honest thoughts, but for what you're getting out of it, it's still a deal. I mean, much better than most mods markets, so at least Cryptic is feeling nice with this one bundle. I've screwed it, all the next one's going to be rubbish. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for sticking out to the end of this video and listening to me waffle on. I do hope the various extra bits of information have been useful to you. And can I also say, once again, a massive thank you to my donators, my Twitch subscribers, my Patreons. I couldn't be doing this without you guys. It's literally the generosity and support that these guys have provided to help make these videos possible. Actually also keeps Shadowstar on its feet, and also helps me move towards my dream with the channel. So seriously guys, thank you. And if you guys, any of you wish to join these guys credited on the screen right now and be part of the shout outs for next reviews and other things I work on in regards to ships, the links are in the description. You can become a patron, which is a monthly subscription depending on the tier you go for as well, or you can do a one-time donation. If you just want a small tip for the video made, pick the donation tab. It will take you to a page that works through my streams. That way you might pop up in a stream, but it also lets you leave a message, and please, in that message, just let me know who to say thank you to, and also little messages to let me know why you chose to donate. But there's no requirements to do so. I'll still keep making these videos because, hey, this is my thing, this is my pastime. Guys, sincerely, thank you. Time to head back to dock. If you'll be disembarking, please stay safe and take care of yourselves. If you wish to join the crew of the Shadowstar, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. But whatever you choose to do, stay safe, stay true to yourself, and remember, what is it that Vulcan used to say? Oh yeah, live long and prosper. Engage.